As the Whelen safety lights are extinguished, we get ready to go racing. Paramount Auto Group Limited Late Model Style. I welcome back to the booth while Trevor steps away, my son, and one of my most precious blessings from God, Hunter Sherrill. Hunter, welcome back to the booth as we get ready to go 50 laps of limited late model racing.
Yep. They need to do something sometime like a twin Paramount Super Truck race.
Paramount Kia Soul pace car dives down pit road. Green flag is in the air. Mitch Walker with a little bit of a slow start on the bottom. Stevie Johns on the outside. He'll try to clear him as they exit turn number 2. He's going to carry the momentum to the lead. Right behind him, the 18, Betts Racing Engine Chevrolet. That's Cody DeMarmels. He'll try to clear Cossack before they get down the front straightaway. Cossack's back in, slides around. He'll pull right up in front of Todd Midas. He'll get a little touch from Midas up the track. He goes. Midas back down to the bottom. Watching Mitch Walker early on here, a car not to his liking as Cossack goes to work on DeMarmels. Again, those are first and second right now in track points and Paramount Kia Big Ten Challenge points. Cossack with a lead over DeMarmels. Only 2 points separates Cossack and DeMarmels for the top spot. Meanwhile, you got Josh Stark looking underneath Cosmo Guzniakov over in turn number 4. Guzniakov will hold him off. Meanwhile, up front, Stevie Johns Jr. doing what he did 2 races ago back on May the 25th, slowly starting to inch away from the field. Again, sparks flying from underneath Mitch Walker's car. As the tire pressures come up, we'll see if the handling comes back to Mitch, as he now puts a sizable gap between himself and Cody DeMarmels. Again, Mitch Walker a little bit higher than everybody else coming out of turn number 4, trying to get the car to turn through the center of the corner. Meanwhile, we got a little bit of a battle for 5th brewing. Brendan Doyle making his return to Hickory Motor Speedway all over the back of Todd Midas. He'll give Midas a bump. Up the track goes Midas. Doyle will try to dive to his inside in 1 and 2. They'll drag race down the back straightaway and give Brendan Doyle the top 5 position right now. Ten laps in, 1/5 of the way into a 50-lap race as the lights begin to come on around this beautiful 3/8 mile bull ring set down here in the foothills of Catawba Valley. A lot of racing history has happened here since 1951. Hickory Speedway originally started out as a half-mile track, then it was cut down to a 4/10 back in 1955, and in 1957 they cut it down to the current 3/8 mile size that you see today. The battle for second place is heating up now. Mitch Walker has fell into the clutches of Cody DeMarmels. DeMarmels looking low in turn number 3. Cossack has fallen back off of that battle just a little bit. As it would stand, if they finish right now, it would be back to a tie for the points lead. DeMarbles, knowing that, would like to put another car or two between himself and Cossack. Meanwhile, Josh Stark in turn 3 working all over the back of Kozma Guzniakov. Guzniakov a little loose coming up off the corner. That opens up the inside for Stark. Stark really down low down into turn number 1. Up the track in front of the 33. Wild racing with Stark and Guzniakov. And somehow through all of that, they never touched. Meanwhile, off of turn number 2, the battle is for second. Here goes DeMarbles to the inside of Mitch Walker. Walker up the racetrack. He'll give the 18 room. Meanwhile, they'll work around the up front. The 91 Stevie Johns Jr. will try to work around Alex Brazil here in this lap 21. Meanwhile, Brendan Doyle gets around Cossack. That's for 4th. Meanwhile, for the battle for second rages on. Mitch Walker on the outside. DeMarbles on the inside. For 5 laps now, Cody DeMarbles and Mitch Walker battling it out here at Hickory Motor Speedway, showing those truck guys you can run side by side for several laps and not run over each other. Caution is out. Good call, Hunter. Josh Stark around on the back straightaway. Stark was definitely fighting a loose car just a few laps ago. He had got under Kozma Guzniakov in turn. They've got 2 flavors of barbecue for you to try. They've also got some really good brisket, sweet tea, and lemonade. Again, that's Crazy Bob's Barbecue behind the grandstands in turn number 4. Tough break for DeMarbles. Doesn't look like he's going to continue, or if he does, he's going to probably be multiple laps down. Meanwhile, up front, Stevie Johns, your leader. Brendan Doyle finds himself in second. Green flag flies. Josh Cossack right back in the mix after the caution. He'll dive to the inside of Doyle. They'll battle it out for second. Meanwhile, Todd Midas will hold down and anchor the 4th spot. Guzniakov slides up the racetrack. Here comes the number 2. That's Mitch Walker to his inside. See if he can make a comeback, and Josh Stark is going to follow in his tire tracks. Stark again, wickedly loose. He gets hit in the behind by Guzniakov.
Caution.
Caution flag flies as Kozma Guzniakov picks up the 32 and spins him around.
Cup races. Talk to me about how important that win was to your dad.
That was huge, you know, just from being a small town guy, kind of working and building his own team around him. And I think he said they even built their own motors that day. So, you know, just shows you what hard work will get you, and surround yourself with the right people.
That's Todd Gillen, back from Chicagoland to watch racing here at Hickory Motor Speedway. Back to you, Jason.
Kiesel base go down pit road.
Stevie Johns Jr., the leader, he'll mash the gas. Brendan Doyle on the outside. They're going to dive off down into turn number 1. Stevie Johns again with a really good restart. Doyle not able to get up to speed. That'll allow Cossack back to his inside. Cossack could not clear Doyle on the last restart. He will on this restart. Now Doyle gives him a touch off of turn 4. Cossack up the racetrack. Doyle dives back down to the bottom. Cossack sideways. He'll collect Todd Midas. The 2 car. Mitch Walker involved. Josh Stark involved. Cossack really. Kozma Guzniakov running 4th. Paramount Kia Soul pace car dives down pit road.
Guzniakov stops.
Guzniakov stops in turns 3 and 4 as the green flag comes out. The caution will have to fly.
Caution.
Guzniakov
Caution.
Guzniakov would have lined up fourth. Something happened to the 33 car. Then with a snowy shaved ice. Get out. Here. Stand on that one. Once again, the wheel and safety lights are extinguished. The restart lines are the two pink lines over in turn number 4. Paramount Kia Soul Pace car dives down pit road. When Johns gets in the box, he can go, and he does.
Green flag.
And he'll pull Brendan Doyle by a car length down into turn number 1. JP Dyer trying to get to his inside, but he's got a handful with DeMarbles on the outside. DeMarbles with a power move on the outside, making the pass on Dyer. He'll fall back or fall up into third place. Meanwhile, Todd Midas goes to the inside of Dyer. They're going to race down in the corner. Dyer wasn't sure if he knew he was there, has to give Midas room. And Midas will complete the pass and put himself in the 4th position. Meanwhile, out front, Stevie Johns pulls out to about an 8-car length lead. Then you got Dyer and DeMarbles. We are halfway of this 50-lap Paramount Kia Big Ten Challenge race.
We have had so many cautions, which I like.
Right now, Stevie Johns doing exactly what he did back on May the 25th. Showed up at Hickory Motor Speedway, put on a clinic. Hickory may become one of his new favorite tracks if he keeps up his performance like this.
"29 laps in."
30 laps complete this time by. Good job, Hunter. 20 laps to go. The battle for second starting to heat up a little bit. Cody DeMarble starting to put pressure on Brendan Doyle. He's able to drive it into and out of the corner about a half a car width lower than Doyle right now. Not right now. Brendan Doyle slides up the track in turn number 3. He gives Cody DeMarble's room. DeMarble's not able to capitalize on it. Doyle back up the track in 1 and 2. DeMarble slams it to the bottom, unable to carry the momentum off of turn number 2. He'll slide right back in behind Brendan Doyle. Brendan Doyle driving the Westport Performance Chevrolet. The driver from Charlotte down around Matthews, North Carolina. Again, DeMarbles is going to look to the inside. Doyle knows he's there, gives him a little bit of room, but he's able to carry the momentum off the high side and hang on to that spot.
And there's debris on the 88 hanging from his rear.
Wow, debris is hanging and dragging from the rear of the 88. If you'll look, something is dragging about 10 feet behind the car.
I think that's his tire.
Not sure. I don't know if a tire shredder or of his radio.
Yeah, that's a tire.
Something has come apart and dragging under the 88. So odd scenario for the 88 car of Alex Brazil.
I don't know that the tire blowout or.
Well, the
what
tire
happened.
definitely didn't go down. I'm not sure what he got a hold of as the crew motions him back onto the racetrack. Meanwhile, the battle for second
Looked like he
rages on. It'll be 8 laps to go when they get back to the start-finish line. Again, DeMarbles to the inside of Doyle.
It looked like a piece of debris from one of the other wrecks.
And Brazil's going to come right back out on the racetrack right in front of that battle for second. That got interesting momentarily. Meanwhile, up front, Stevie Johns Jr. pulling away. DeMarbles finally has position solidly up beside of Doyle.
Too bad we only have 7 more laps. I don't think that will be enough time to try to reel in Brazil. I mean Stevie Johns Jr.
Doyle using the momentum up off of turn number 2. You can't really see it from here, race fans, but the back straightaway is not really straight at all. It's kind of arched. Not a dramatic D shape, but nonetheless, it's not very straight, so not a lot of time for these drivers to straighten the wheel up on the back stretch. And when you come up off of turn number 2, you have a little bit of extra room up there to carry the car off the corner.
We still have the battle for second. With 3 laps to go. This can get interesting.
DeMarbles pulling out in front of Doyle. Doyle desperately trying to hold on to second. He's not going to be able to do it. Let's see if he tries to cross a move over. Here in turn number 4, unable to get to the bottom. DeMarbles will take second. It'll be white flag this next time by.
Stevie Johns Jr. is really not hoping for a caution.
Well, right now it's not going to matter.
The
The man from Mooresville, North Carolina. The man from Mooresville, North Carolina, driving the Lake Norman Surveyors, Chase Pisoni Motorsports Chevrolet. Second trip to Hickory Speedway. Second checkered flag for Stevie Johns Jr. in 2019. Cody DeMarbles will hold off Brendan Doyle for second. Doyle will finish third with Todd Midas in fourth, and rounding out the top 5 is going to be J.P. Dyer.
Cody DeMarmo's in that race. Brendan Doyle, come on over. And your cars look the same. What was that, about 2-3 years ago? You got your first win here at Hickory Motor Speedway in a street stock. Your cars looked identical, and you raced each other pretty hard there.
Yeah, you know, it was just by chance that I got a blue car again. It was already painted, and I thought, man, it looks just like my street stock, but I'm okay with it. I wish it was a little different color, but I'll live with it. But yeah, it was fun to come back out. I ain't been able to come out all year, and just to finally get back out and be relatively competitive was fun. And, you know, I just love coming out here, just come when I can.
Well, you should come out more often. A podium finish ain't too bad.
No, that's all I could ask for, really, you know, after not running all year. And it's hard to come out and compete with people who are running all year, and to be up top 3, I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, it looked like a lot of demolition, so to go home with the fenders is a pretty good thing today.
Yeah, you know, hopefully that 44 didn't think I got into them, you know, my fault or intentional or anything like that. I hate to touch anybody, but yeah, I'm happy to be clean for sure.
That's Brendan Doyle bringing it home third. Let's catch up with Cody DeMarmo's. He's going to be your current point leader. Wow, what a turn of events. This stuff only happens at Hickory Motor Speedway. You're sitting down on pit road. Looks like your night is done. Looks like the 44 is going to definitely capitalize. The caution comes out, and the 44 is involved, and you don't lose a lap.
Well, let's just start off on Thursday. I wasn't coming. Then I was coming about 15 times. I think I quit this week, so I'm glad I came, but I only got about four laps of practice, barely made qualifying. I mean, we've been working on this thing all day long. Just, I don't even know half the people that helped me, just everybody that helped me, just thank everybody.
Well, you brought it home second, and tonight with that points battle, it's got to feel like a win.
Yeah, whenever I was coming into the race, I was thinking just kind of maintain points, just lose a couple, and then, of course, sitting on pit road, I'm thinking, how am I going to get out and do at least a couple laps to get a few laps in, but I'm just so thankful that it actually happened.
That's Cody DeMarmos. He's wore out, and it doesn't look like it's because of the race car. Wow, what a turn of events. We got a victory lane down here. A lot of smiles in victory lane. He's excited to get interviewed. He's ready to be done with these pictures. Let's go over here and catch up with Stevie Jones in victory lane here at Hickory Motor Speedway. His second win of the year. Putting it in victory lane, and it looked like you were in the perfect spot. Needing to be out leading because there was demolition in behind you. Talk to me about your car here tonight.
Oh, the car was flawless. I mean, it got to a point where it was almost kind of boring riding out front, just saving tires in case there was a late race restart. I can just say Chase Pistone, he hooked me up tonight. He finally taught me how to drive these things, and it showed.
Well, you weren't here last week, and you've been running the Paramount. Are you just running the Paramount races?
Yeah, the 50 lappers are a lot more fun. I like the longer race. There's a little more strategy involved. The 35 lappers, we might make it to 1 or 2 this year if the car keeps working this good, but we don't get to race a whole lot of times in a year, so we want to save it for the big ones.
Well, if you want it to be less boring, we can start you in the rear and you can come back to the front. How about that?
Maybe for a purse increase.
A purse increase, all right. Stevie Jones brings home the victory here tonight. Speaking of that, Jason, that makes me think of a